thing. No.
Sorry.
She's selfish like that. She's not like, nobody here but me.
Don't look at her.
So they told us that the show is going to be picking up like 3 weeks after the ending.
3 or 4 weeks, yes.
So, like, what are we gonna see happen this season? Where are you gonna go with the story?
You just want me to tell you everything?
Yes, everything.
Yes. That's actually how we've been beginning. It's like, just tell us everything, and we won't tell anyone, we promise.
No, I think, we start like 4 weeks later, and Jax is at the head of that table, and Clay is getting out of the hospital, and we begin with the damage that was done. Clay's a broken guy, physically and emotionally to a certain extent. Jax is at the head of that table, and this season, it's really going to be about.
I know. I'm not telling him.
It's really going to be about Jax really deciding what kind of leader he's going to become. Is he? Can you be the head of an outlaw organization and not become Clay? And if you don't become Clay, do you risk the potential of being perceived as weak? And do you therefore go the route of JT? So it's Jax deciding what type of leader he's going to be, and I feel like we spent 4 seasons loading Jax's plate up with all his insane life experiences, and now it's about really him being in the position where he has to make those choices, and he gets faced with a lot of really brutal and overwhelming experiences this season, as we do every season. And what choice will he make? Will he make the wise, rational decision? Will he make the impulsive, vengeful decision? And it's seeing where he goes as a leader and how he defines himself. And as far as the Clay of it, it's Clay beginning this season from a very broken place emotionally, and not that Clay will be broken the entire season. And Clay is the kind of guy that I think ultimately water finds its level, kind of a thing. But I also feel like it would be a disservice for him not to be impacted by the events that went on in the last 3 or 4 months. And I think he does come back somewhat contrite, and he's lost his club, he's lost the woman that he loves, and he's hurting. He's in a lot of pain, and not that he doesn't deserve it, but I just felt it was important to see that side of it before we see anything else that Clay might be planning to do.
So you can talk about the energy that Jimmy Smits and Harold Perrineau kind of are bringing to proceedings this year?
Yeah, we established this character last year, this Damon Pope character, through Tig, kills at the end of the season his daughter.
Right.
And for me, the interesting thing is, like we usually do, it's like our antagonists are never pure antagonists, and our protagonists are never pure protagonists. They kind of ebb and flow. And Jimmy Smits plays an OG and will become sort of a mentor, role model for Jax, and they'll cross paths early on in the season and get into a business venture together. And then the Harold Perrineau character will cross paths with the club as well, and in an interesting way, I think the two of those guys become this weird sort of angel devil on Jax's shoulder for the season,
Right.
So you never, so those lines of, as like we do, those lines of good and evil become very fuzzy, but they'll be definitely in the club's orbit this season.
Can you talk a little bit about how the show has or hasn't changed from your initial idea of where you were going to go in 5 years to 7 years?
I don't really perceive it as how it's changed from my vision. I'm really amazed and thrilled at what it's become. I go in each season with a blueprint of what I want to happen based on kind of the bigger arcs of where I want it to go. But, I hold on, and the more I do it, the looser my grip really is each season, because I've learned that, I let my characters and my story sort of define my season. So suddenly you'll be writing something and you'll have a story that'll kind of appear out of nowhere, and it'll take on a life of its own, and then suddenly you have this new arc that you never saw coming, and you'll write to that, and then other things that you thought would definitely happen just aren't as interesting, and they'll fall off. So I think it's all going to the same place, but it's and this is a really good thing. It's not getting there the way I imagined it, and that to me is the creative process. That's why it's fun. If I knew what the show was going to be every season and what every episode was going to be like, it would be really a fucking boring job. So.
Last question.
Can you talk a little bit about where you come up with some of your ideas for how you're going to deal with people, how you're going to end some people? And
I mean,
stuff
where
that?
do I get my dark inspiration? Would it be really fucked up if I told you I got most of them when I'm playing with my 5-year-old?
Kids are violent.
No, it's a gift, but it just a lot of it happens in the writers' room. A lot of it happens for me. I'm a writer that I love to write. That's the thing I enjoy most, and me being locked in a room with my whiteboard and my computer is like, it's nirvana for me. I dig it because that's when all that shit happens. So. A lot of it comes out of that experience, and because I'm allowed to go there, I'm allowed to experience those things and see things and be people whom I'm really, I'm clearly not, and I have this great vehicle where I can do awful fucking shit to people, and have a good time doing it, and then go and feed my fish and pet my dog and play with my kid, so. So it doesn't happen in one place.
Thank you.